We are going to explain how the sine inverse works, Sine inverse of x, right? How do we grab the derivative of this? How do you grab that derivative? And this works for all inverse functions that you grab the derivative of. So, let's say for example, we set this equal to y. So, then we multiply both sides by sine, canceling that sine to the negative 1. We got sine of y, alright, equals x. So, what do we do now? Well, as you can see, sine of y, the angle, is equal to x. Now let's draw a little, this. Do some imaging. Alright. This angle y, right, is equal to x. What is x? Well, this is 1. The hypotenuse is always 1 for our unit circle, right? And what is sine of y, the angle, equal to? Y. Or y, which is the opposite, which is x in this case. Alright. So, what we need to find is we're missing this one side here, right? So what does that side equal? Well, we'll label it as O, right? We'll make it O in this case. Okay, so next, what we will do is we will figure out what x equals. Before we figure out what x equals, let's grab the derivative of this function, d of dx, with respect to x, right? Oh, with respect to y for this function, and d dx of that is just 1. All with respect to x. Let me see if I worded that correctly. Is it respect to y or x? Well, if you grab the derivative with respect to y or x, then we'll say y. Cosine with respect to x. No, you're grabbing it with respect to x, right? With respect to x. My bad. Respect to x. Respect to x. Respect to x. Respect to x. Right. And then when you grab this function with respect to x, right, you get dy dx. Because you're grabbing the derivative, but it's y. Right. So dy dx is equal to y prime. So what is y prime, huh? So y prime, which is going to be our dy dx now, is equal to 1 over cosine of y. Alright. Now what is cosine y? Well, cosine y is equal to x. Cosine is equal to x, right? Cosine y is equal to x. That is what cosine is. So what is that? So if you'll know, 1 squared, right? That's the hypotenuse that goes here. 1 squared, Pythagorean theorem, x squared plus o squared is equal to 1 squared, right? Well, 1 squared we know is 1 minus x squared. Take the square root from that o squared, and that's equal to o. That is what that's equal to. So we have 1 over the square root of 1 minus x squared. Right? And that is y prime, right? Y prime, which is what we needed here in this statement, right? Because y prime is equal to the derivative of sine to the negative 1x, right? If you grab the derivative of both sides with respect to x, you'll be left with dy dx is equal to 1 over root 1 minus x squared, which is equal to y prime is equal to that. Dy dx is y prime. Oh, so when you grab derivatives with a variable y in the function, but you're doing it with respect to x, you get dy dx, which is equal to y prime. Beautiful. Magnificito. Okay.